Okay, we're working out the issues.
Yeah, man, the issues.
Yep.
Dude.
Okay, this is perfect. So this is what's gonna happen. Okay. So actually this is what's gonna happen. So the whole thing is like I'm recreating a game just as like a base. Like that's what I'm gonna be doing the whole time. Like I'm gonna try to recreate GTA because it's pretty like
hmm
simple to like get the mechanics and stuff.
You're
But
making a game on stream.
yeah, making a game on stream, yes. Um, but we're also gonna answer like questions that people have there, like, oh, how do you like add like flowing water or something? And we're like,
I
okay,
see.
well let's add that to GTA
And
so
then you
that I
show
could
them,
show you the
dude, it's actually
process
so
of
sick.
exactly like I'm like showing like the process rather than just doing a tutorial. Because a ton of like things, the whole reason I wanted to make this channel was because so many people like all they do is give like a tutorial and you have to follow it like exactly. And
Right.
even when I was starting out, it's like I thought the variable names had to be exactly what the variable names are and everything like
Right.
that. But it's like what I want to do is instead show the process of doing it rather than just like showing a tutorial, like a regular
Right.
tutorial, like oh copy and paste all this code and that's how you do it.
It's fucking
Like
sick.
because I don't know exactly how to do everything, and like the whole reason I like wanted to make this channel was just so I could learn. Because I
hmm
like want people to ask me questions so that I'm able to like, oh wait, I actually don't know how to do that either.
Right.
Okay.
Interesting. Favorite what?
Nothing,
Is there
nothing.
anyone?
Um, I actually don't even know how to see. Hold on. Hopefully they can't see me typing my like email. Okay. You, I don't think you could even. I don't know who said that, but
What's going
I'm timing this user out for 10 minutes.
on? Wait, was that him or not? What did he say?
I'm not gonna read it out loud because then it's
Oh,
just
that
gonna
was
make
him.
it's just gonna I'm not gonna read it out loud. That's no. Okay. Okay, so I explained the whole thing. We're gonna make GTA. That's gonna be it.
So he makes
Okay.
porn videos.
No,
Oh, I
no,
got
it's
you.
not. We're not doing that. It's PG-13. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's do third person's probably the best for this. I'm doing Unreal 4 rather than 5 because on this laptop it takes so
Yeah,
long to run.
isn't five like way more complicated?
Yeah. Let's do I guess
Oh,
yeah, this is the first stream. Okay, perfect. And now okay, everything went black. This is looking pretty good. Okay, it's just loading. Hold on. How do I kind of want to show this, but I don't really know. Okay. This is pretty Oh, okay. I see one issue. This is step one. You know what? I'm gonna do full screen, even though this might be dangerous, and then just try to capture it. Okay. I don't know if I'm supposed to show this. Like, I really hope there's nothing. I don't know why I'm looking at it more. I'm just gonna stop looking.
bookmark tabs.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with those bookmark tabs. Okay. These are huge. I need to. It was completely urgent. I had a set deadline and I was late. I was already late, and we're just getting started. 17 minutes past. This is not this is not normal. This is not what usually happens.
You do this like, do you do this often?
This is the first stream right here.
Oh, shit.
But it's going to be off and it's going to be weekly. Every week. You know what's the worst part? He has my
Dude.
food in there too.
Who, him?
He has my I got hibachi.
Were you in the room walking in there mid-sex and
Oh,
saying,
go, you canyon. So the first thing, you know what? This is ugly. This is an ugly area. We need a map. Let me see if anyone's asking questions first. Oh, actually, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't. Let's go. Let's try to just capture this window. Actually, I'm still. Oh, this is perfect. Boom! Look at this. This is cool. I'm not gonna look at it right now. All right, let's get the map in here first. There's too much. We're dilly dallying too much.
I need to wait to get untimed out.
If you say something inappropriate as soon as you get untimed out. I'm actually I'm going to ban you. I'm gonna ban you for at least an hour. Okay. So here's some free assets. I think let's just get like a city. These are basically a bunch of like free assets that I already downloaded. Um just from like Fab or like Unreal Marketplace. So I'm just gonna take one and put it into the project. I saw a city one earlier. I think that'd be pretty good for GTA. You know what? There's one called Northwood I actually kind of liked. Let's do that. Yeah, let him in. Let's see.
Who is this?
Okay.
This could be all one,
Okay.
actually.
We'll do modular neighborhood pack. This is good.
James just started streaming in
Yep. This is. You could say why, but let me mute the microphone first. Unmute. Okay. PG-13. We're just waiting for this pack to install. Once this installs, can you say? Okay, that's fine.
Can you show me how to do it?
Yeah, I'll try. I've never done that before.
Let's go.
Okay. So first things first, this is probably the easiest thing. Let's actually start with the tutorial. We're dilly-dallying, like I said. The first thing you want to do, there's like this Fab tab. I have a short on this. You just go to Fab and you could like download all like these apps. There's like 3 every month and then a ton of free ones already. I'm adding it. You just hit add to project and that's what I'm doing now, just with this neighborhood. So when are you going? I'll be back in there by then. I could probably go back like in the next 5 minutes.
You're saying it doesn't last long?
Okay, well, I don't exactly know what you're referring to, but do you want to knock on the door and see what he's up to?
Not really.
Okay, okay. It'll be here right there. It's in. Okay. Let's open this up. We're already behind deadline by so much right now. I wonder if there's a way to like add royalty-free music in the background. Just like jazz, just like
Yeah, that's
just like Beethoven, just like
that's easy.
let's see. I'm gonna say 1 hour of Beethoven. Let's hear it.
This dude.
Why is it just showing this loading demo map part? Why is it not showing the whole thing? Let's try to redo this a little bit so that you can see the whole screen instead of just the loading screen.
Dude, add the face scan.
I can't. I wish I could. Here, let me try to turn it on. My camera doesn't work anymore. I need there's no face cam right now, but next stream I'll try to get it done by then. I don't know why it isn't working.
Dude, we got like a comment section that you can see on the screen and stuff like that.
Did I tell you how this actually happened to me?
How?
Hold on, let me first show them the whole stream. So I went downstairs into the bathroom, and you know how you have to rotate on the side or whatever. So I stick my hand in there, like to rotate. Okay, let's hear everyone in chat. I want to see some engagement right now. What's going on? How was your day? It's delayed. It's delayed. That's why they haven't.
Oh yeah.
Someone said it's a great day. So there is a large delay. It seems. I don't know about that. There is a way to like do it where we could both edit this same like project at the same time, and then I could like Roblox Studio. Exactly. We could just do a Roblox stream. I think we're finally getting into it.
Wait, that's the game? I thought that was like that big square. Is that actually was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, this is literally, I didn't even really make this. I just threw this in. And I'll throw in, since this was a third person starter pack, I'll just throw in the third person character. First of all, let's make sure it possesses. And let's try to run around. Okay. So look, we're already in this. This is pretty alright so far. I think they still show followers on Twitch.
Yeah, it's not showing it like this. Look.
Someone else have to go to your profile to see.
Okay, first things first, let's try to get a new player for this player model. Or actually, I'll open Mixamo, and then you guys can help me pick what we want the character to look like. Let's see who we want. Who do we want in GTA? Don't show me this.
Reagan.
This is such a stupid warning message.
Peter.
GTA.
Peter.
Right here?
Peter Griffin.
Peter Griffin.
Wait, no, scroll down.
What about this guy?
No. Scroll down through the characters.
Yep, let's see. Alright, chat, help me decide. Who are we thinking?
Passive
see,
marker
interesting.
man.
Yeah, I think this is just like I don't think it's like he's passive. I think it's like they have these balls on him.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
I mean the
Oh no, fucking Marjaw Lego. Marjaw Lego.
where?
Up top.
At the
Marjaw
top.
Lego.
Oh, dude.
Dude,
Wow, look at
Adam.
this. Look at this. What do we think? What's the consensus? Here, let's try to do a poll. Let's try to do a poll. Oh, right there. Right there it is. We add Aw J Lego. Yes or no? Seems to be a pretty heavy consensus on yes right here. There is a 100% consensus on yes, so I guess we're adding. Who knows? Could be interesting. All right, I'm swiping in. I'm coming in. It's 7:07.
7.
It's 7:07. Okay.
Dude.
I don't want $5. Yeah, let's just go
Your shit away.
back into just so I could hold this in here.
Oh, you're not.
No, I
Oh,
can't.
okay,
I can't.
Totally, yeah, you're free to stay here.
Perfect. Oh wait. Actually, let me try to get my food. I'll be. Hold on. Give me like 1 second. I really am hungry. I'm really hungry. Evan, can you give me my food? Oh, my food on the table. It is a real shame that there's no there's no camera on this one. Okay, I have to time this guy out too, I think. Wumbo 1 minute. Okay. Now we could actually stream. This has been taking a very long time to get into this. Let's get serious about it, okay? We've got our character. Okay, we've got our. This is a pretty interesting idle one. No, well, he's probably gonna be holding a gun since this is Grand Theft Auto. I think it might be better just to do a. That's a little too still. I think that's kind of scaring me. Let's do hands kind of farther apart since he's so large. Okay, this is pretty good. I'll download this one. Then let's get a walking. This one's got a stride to it. All right, in place. Not bad, not bad. Okay, you know what? I think I'll take this one. Running upstairs. I think maybe just regular. Yeah, this one's a full-on sprint. This is perfect. This looks great. Without skin, perfect. Okay. Back to the game. So I'll throw in Maje Lado first. You have to do character first so that it actually puts the skeleton in. And now I'll throw in the walking, running, and idle. So next thing, let's add a 1D blend space so that we could put all these things together. Maje Low. Let's rename this axis to speed. This could be whatever you want, but we're gonna reference it later. And the left this is when speed is 0. Or when speed is 0, he'll be idle, so he won't be moving. Then when speed is about 50, it would be walking, and then 100 would be running, basically. So that's our whole animation sequence right there. Next thing I'll do is add an animation blueprint. Animation blueprint, there it is. Okay. Maje Low, and okay. Let's go into here and create a new. Basically, I'm doing this right now. Wait. Oh no, can you even see? Oh no, I really hope that you could. File and save. Perfect. Oh no! Basically, this is everything that I did. I made the. As soon as I opened this up, I added a state machine, plugged it in, and then I went into here, added a state, which is movement, and then I just dragged this into here and plugged it in, and then I added a variable speed and I made it a float because this is you're supposed to plug in a float into this one. You can tell by the color. And I just compiled and then saved. Oh, okay. But now it's breaking now because I have to go to this and I haven't done everything yet. So after all that, I went to this graph right here and just am plugging this in. Vector length. There we go. Okay. So this I kind of have memorized how to do because I've just done it so much, but what this is doing is it's going to the third person character, so it's going to this guy right here, and it's basically saying, okay, how fast is he moving? Let's turn that into a length so that's not negative or positive, it's just the faster you're moving, the larger velocity is going to be. And then basically I want to set this to whatever the speed is going to be on the variable that we just created. So I'm going to plug this in and save it and compile. So this is running through, which is good. That means it's probably going to work. So let's first edit the third person character, go to the viewport and change this guy. So we got Maj low, and we have we just made his animation blueprint. Let's compile and save, and then let's see if this works. I'm sure, yeah, so this isn't too hard. See, we already got this, so this is perfect. I don't know why he runs like that, but okay, that's pretty good for now. He's kind of jittery. That's the only thing I kind of want to fix a little bit. It might be just I need to change the speed, I guess, the speed variable, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm gonna pause just for a little bit right now, and I'll be back at this in 10 minutes max. I look like an insane person right now. I'm listening to Beethoven while eating a bowl of like ramen alone in a room. Okay, we're gonna kick this into fourth gear. GTA needs cars. We need cars for this whole thing to work, for all of this to work. I want a vehicle in this, and then I feel like I would be accomplished if that were to be everything that happens this stream. So here's a vehicle variety pack. I'm just putting this in doing. So this has it looks like 5 vehicles. There might be more in it. This could just be the photo or whatever. But I think that's a good base for everything that we're going to do right now, because if we just at least have the vehicles, I don't know if that really, I haven't used it before, so I'm not sure if it has implemented actual car movement. Oh wait, here's the vehicle variety pack. Let's see if this works. Let's do I feel like he would drive a box truck. Oh, this is so strange. I didn't even notice every time I click something, it completely gets rid of everything else that's up. I don't like that. Who would have thought the first stream is just figuring out how to stream in general? Yeah, that's so weird. It has that there until it's gone. I want it to show the entire screen. Oh wait. This might be right. Okay, it just doesn't show it. You know what? That's actually perfect. I would rather have it like this. Okay, we've figured out how to actually add a character. Let me just hit play. See if okay, there's collisions, but when I press E, I can't get in it or anything like that. So let me try to fix that. So the box truck's the one we want. Oh, whoa, okay. So they already have inputs in here, it looks like. Unknown axis. Okay. Okay. So there's a thing in Unreal Engine. This is pretty basic of something, but I think it's so important to go over. For every project you have different inputs. So if you like look here, jump is automatically set to all these things like space or X or whatever. And for this, there's like look up rate or whatever, and so, like some of these are different for depending on what you're on. So like for this, it says turn his mouse X, which would I am assuming be the mouse on the X axis going left and right. And so look up, I'm assuming would be, yeah, mouse Y, so that's up and down. With this, it's saying that there's another input called, first of all, one called handbrake, which we don't even have. Let's just do keyboard G. So this, what I'm doing right now, is the exact same thing as if I were to just go in here and then create a new axis map and then call it handbrake. And then set it to G. You could just press that and type it in, or you could scroll through all this, but that's really useless to do. So we have G for the handbrake. That's the exact same thing as doing this. So I could literally do input handbrake. And it's right here. Oh, except, okay, well, I messed this up a little bit. This is for axis mapping. So like, if you're turning, it's not just you're turning or you're not. It's also speed based. With jump, there's no mapping like how hard you're pressing the space bar. It's just do you press space. So you would put handbrake up here because it's just you're pressing G. You're not you know, moving your mouse or doing something that requires like movement besides just pressing a key. So we'll go back into here just to show what this is like, and we'll do input action handbrake. This is the exact same thing as if I were to press G. I just wanted to show both ways of doing it. So right here it says look right. We have a different input axis. This was what, turn, right? Look up is just mouse Y, turn is mouse X. Yeah, that's what I thought. And I'm pretty sure that this is 1 because this was up here -1, but I guess we'll see. If I'm turning right when my mouse is going left, then that means I need to make this number negative. But first of all, we need to be able to possess this truck. This truck has movement, like a regular character, same as this has movement. But the difference is that we automatically possess our player character when we join the game. We can make it so we automatically possess the car, but we want to be able to get in and out of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to add an actual collision component so that once we stand on it, then we're able to say, okay, are we close enough to the truck in order to get in the truck? And if we are, then if you press E when you're in that zone, then you should be able to get in the truck. So that's basically what I'm going to do right now. We'll do a box collision. You could do any type you want. I just think that this is going to be easy for right now. We're going to go here, make it a bit larger, like maybe that, so that if you go up to the doors and then you press E, then you'll get into that car. That looks perfect. So let's try to code that. If you scroll down on the actual collision that we just made, like if you just click on it on any of these corners and then go here, then you could see, okay, that's on hits, on all this random stuff, right? We want, let me try to stretch it out a bit. Okay, I think I need a script. On component begin and end overlap. These ones I use the most. This is basically as soon as something touches it, something's going to execute. This is as soon as something walks in, then it is allowed to execute something, and then as soon as something walks out, it's allowed to execute something. So we're going to actually add both of these to our code. And keep in mind, this is when we go in, and this is when we go out. And you could even just press C, and it'll do a comment. So this would be like standing by door, right? It's just standing by the door, then this is what's going to execute. We're going to want to make this thing called a gate. So this is called a gate, right? There are different values that basically say the gate is open when a certain thing happens, and the gate will close when a different thing happens. And then you will enter by doing something else. There's also toggle and other features and things like that, but these are going to be the main ones that we're going to focus on. We want this gate to open, which is going to basically execute possessing the truck when we are near the truck, and then we want it to close when we are not near the truck. So when we are on the outside of this hitbox right here. And when we are by the truck, we want to be able to press E, which will be our enter. And when we press E, then this will execute if it's open, and it will not execute if it's closed. Because you don't want to just be walking around the map and press E and immediately you're in the truck. That's why we need to have this box collision and why it needs to open right here. But it's not as simple as just connecting it. Our other actor is what is actually doing the function. So that would be the third person character that we've been using this whole time. Okay, so as soon as we let's just try to read this. As soon as the character overlaps, then it's going to open the gate. As soon as the same character, I just Control C, Control V. That's how I copy and pasted. As soon as the character ends overlap, then it's going to close. And then we're going to, let's go back here because we kind of talked about this a little bit. Let's have a new action mapping, and let's call it interact. And this we're going to set to E. So basically, that means when we go to our function and we do input action, what did we call it? Interact? when you press E, it's going to do this gate. So now this is all, I'm pretty sure that this is all set up right now. And the exit is just going to be possessing the box truck. So this is saying if something's possessed, we want to, I think, possess self. I don't exactly know how we would do this. Let's look at the truck because I don't want to look anything up. Let's work with what they gave us because I'm sure that there's got to be a way to do it. I'm gonna try something completely different. Instead of trying to reference it through this, I'm gonna try to reference it through the player. Okay, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it here. Let's do it in the actual blueprint of the game. I don't know if this is the best way to do it. It's probably not. But this is just in the map so that I'm able to drag in objects from the actual map. The other things you're not able to because you're able to do multiple levels. And this is definitely not the best way to do this, but it's going to be the way that I'm going to do it. Let's try this. I'm gonna make a variable and it's gonna be near truck. And it's gonna be the simplest thing of all time. When you are by the truck, then you're by the truck. When you're not by the truck, then you're not by the truck. And it starts unselected. So basically when you walk up to the truck, this is going to activate. When you walk away from the truck, this is going to activate. And it's going to say, okay, the player's by the truck if I'm within this range, and when I walk outside the range, it's going to say, okay, this player is not by the truck. Because I guess I could do like an input action interact, and then just get the box truck from here. I'll just get the box truck from here, and then I'll do get near truck. So the boolean I just created, I got, and I'm going to branch, and I'll explain what this means in just a second. This is the input thing that we made earlier. I am getting this function that we created from here that says if I'm by the truck or not, and I made something called a branch that says, okay, is this value true or is it false? If this value is true, which means this button is checked, then that means the player is by the truck, and so I want them to be able to go in the truck. If it's false, then I don't even need to put anything because I don't want the player to be able to get in the truck if he is not near it. So we're just going to drag it off of true here. There is a possess function. There, I knew it was possess. Okay. This is perfect. This is perfect. So sometimes this happens and it annoys me so much. But if you look at this, this is automatically checked. This context sensitive. And if you look, okay, there's no results if I do possess, right? If I go here, there is. This is what they want you to do first before connecting it. But the way to get around that, if you wanted to, this is how I did it just because I wanted to see if you could, is you just literally uncheck that box, but there's always going to be like an error if you do that first. So you're probably better off trying to find it the right way by doing that than by unchecking this box. But I've used this before where I do, uncheck it and then try to find it and then reverse find my way out of it like I just did. It's not a bad thing, it's not ideal. But this is perfect. So basically what's happening with this code is, I already explained the branch. What this is doing is literally just possessing the car. It's taking the player controller is now going to possess the in pawn, which is the car. And that's exactly what we want. The only thing that I think is an issue is when you actually play the game and you go over to it, your character is still standing there as you drive away. So it's not really like you're driving the car. Let's do an input action and let's do interact. So now I'm doing this input action when I'm actually inside of the car. That's why it's in this box truck. And we're going to do on pressed. To keep everything together, I'll put it in the demo map. This is definitely not the best way to do it. So you know what? I realize that this is a terrible way to do it. And so I want to try and fix it now. I'm going to go into here and just do the code. I'm going to set up another branch to see if we're actually in the car or not. So when this executes, we're going to set in car to true because we're in the car when we press E. I want to take that and actually use it out here. So we're saying, okay, if we're not in the car, then we go into the car and all this executes. If we are in the car, then I want to possess the actual player. So, and I also want to say that we're not in the car anymore. So what I'm going to do is turn that like that, and then I'm going to cast to third person character, and then we'll just do get player character. Oh wait, is that going to work? I don't think that would work. Let's try it. I don't think it'll work, but it's worth a shot. I think we'll have the same issue as last time. I guess we actually do have to do it all in here, huh? There's obviously multiple ways of doing everything, so this isn't going to be the best, but it's fine. It's not the biggest deal. We'll set in car. I'm just putting the same code that we put in there out here. The only reason I'm not copy and pasting is because it's different than if we were to do it in there. Just because the variables aren't in here, they're in there. So that's why I have to get them all from here. So if we're not in the car, then we go in. If we are in the car, then we possess the third person character. And we're not in the car anymore. Okay. Well, I guess we'll do one thing at a time. There's no rush. So we could go in, we could drive the car, and then we could go out and walk as the player. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. The only issue, or I guess there's a couple issues. First of all, this character is visible when we're in the car, and we don't want that at all. So just easily, I could just do set visibility of the mesh and say we're not visible. And then do the opposite code here. We're visible. So I want the player to get out wherever the car is. So I kind of want the player to be... I want the player to get out on this side. And so what I'm going to do is add an empty actor. Okay, which is not here right now. If this annoys me that there's no empty actor, but I'm just going to do a regular sphere. And this is going to basically represent where the player is going to get out. So let's say we want him to get out like right here. I'm going to set the collision of this to none so that you can't actually touch this like sphere that I put here, and I also don't want it to be visible at all. So it exists for the character, but not for anything else. Yes. I made some progress. You're gonna love this once it works. Hold on.
Is that a skill tree?
No, this is the code. This is the code. Yeah. Okay, so this is the last thing I gotta do. I gotta get this. Okay. We're gonna okay, so we get the location, and then we're gonna teleport, and then the location is gonna be here. There, it's done. It's done. Let's see how this works, guys. You're gonna love this. We're gonna go in with E. Boom, now we're in the car. You could drive this thing around. And then we could get out, and we get out wherever the car is stopped.
That's what you've done?
Isn't that awesome? Look at that.
That's awesome, but like, that took you 45 minutes?
Yeah, no one ever asked for jiggle physics. Really? Because I didn't see it in the chat. Next stream, I promise we'll do some jiggle physics. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm signing in. Okay. Sending love from Pakistan. Okay, awesome.